for it to start.
Pull the lever, crunk. Waiting for Crafty Computing. No, I'm waiting for you, YouTube. The heck?
I think everybody's like on the... I should probably switch.
Starting the stream. Thinking about it. Receiving your content. Your audience will be set in a moment. YouTube is very optimistic.
Yeah, there we go.
And we are live.
There we are. We're back. We're back.
I'm going to say welcome to Talking Heads, episode 19. Can you believe it's been 19?
Is it 19 episodes
19.
already?
This is episode
Wow.
19 right now.
Well, we just need, like, what, 81 more to get syndication?
That's right. So, yeah. Then they have to carry us.
Yeah, then you got to do it. You got to go in.
Nice haircut. Thank you, Raul.
Yeah.
Thank you to know, or thank you for noticing.
Did you get a
rather.
haircut? I didn't get a haircut.
I did.
You got a haircut.
I did get a haircut.
Oh, nice.
Well, you're wearing a beanie.
Yeah, it's because my hair's... I need a haircut.
How's everyone doing tonight? How are you doing tonight, Steve?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We need to get you on some kind of social media platform because it seems the other two hosts have their own thing going now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Rhett?
John.
I know John started his little hop thing.
Yeah, Rhett's got the Game Devs Quest. He also does Awesome Book Club, and he does a couple other things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rhett's huge into podcasting.
I'll start one called Homeless Fashion Review.
There you go.
Sounds good. A lot of interest in that one.
Think that'll work.
It will.
What are we drinking tonight?
Well, let's see. I brought Hoptronix, which is a double IPA by New Holland.
Love New Holland.
Yes, New Holland's the ones that make Dragon's Milk, which
Milk
is
Stout,
excellent stouts.
Yes,
excellent stouts. And this is the first IPA I've had from them. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
I think I've only had their stouts. Now I've had like 4 of them.
Yes,
but yeah, I've never been not impressed with something they've made.
And this right here, this is actual a homebrew.
Yeah.
This is a cider. It's a mango cider. It's I picked the apples myself. I juiced the apples myself.
Nice.
I did everything. Everything's from scratch on a farm.
And what do you call it? You had a name for it?
Oh, I think I called it. It takes 2 to mango.
There you go.
I think that's what I called it.
Very cool.
It is on Untapped. Actually, you can check it in.
Nice.
Yeah.
I might have to do that. I brought a couple. One of my favorites and one that I haven't tried yet. I've got Iron Horse Brewery's Quilter's Irish Death.
Irish Death is very good.
I've had that. Very delicious. It's a dark, smooth ale, so it's a dark ale. And then this guy here I have not had yet, but it seemed interesting. It's Scottish ale by Two Kilts. I've had Two Kilts before, but I haven't had their Scottish ale.
I've had their Scottish before, and it's pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, with a name like Two Kilts, you would think that their Scottish ale would be good, right?
Right, and I believe both these are Oregon. This one's Sherwood, or no, this one's Washington.
I think this one's either Sherwood, Tualatin.
Yeah, this one's Sherwood, and this one's Ellensburg, Washington.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a couple of Northwest brews. This one's
they're from Michigan. Yeah.
So
and that's local. Yeah.
Obviously Oregon.
Just down the street.
Can you get us some glasses?
Yeah.
I would love to get up, but I did something to my back today.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get some glasses.
I am kind of stuck to this chair at the moment.
Let's do the Sandy M glasses.
Sandy M? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, as long as I don't move, I'm okay. Awesome.
All right, so no jumping jack demonstration.
No jumping jacks.
No push-ups.
No even a lot of twisting. I've got the twisty chair for that tonight. Normally I'm in one of the little hard chairs.
Oh,
for the
okay.
show. So
that's why you're so tall.
That's why I'm so
you're
tall.
You're like way up there.
Yeah,
you got the higher.
That's as low as it goes. Usually I have those chairs so we can get a better camera angle. I can do a little... It's complicated. I'm in the rolly chair tonight. Let's start with the double.
Let's do it.
Here, sir.
All right.
So again, this is the New Holland Brewing Hopworks Double IPA. What is this thing?
It's got like a little Space Invaders type of thing on the thing. It's kind of, except the hops are
9%.
Yeah, it's a double.
Yeah. That's not a bad pour out of the can.
That's pretty good. Mine's got a little too much head there.
I'll say that is...
That one's abysmal.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that one's a bad pour.
Yeah, really good color on that.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Ooh. I think it's funny how they're always drinking beer. What's funny is everyone always... I get so many comments on my channel. You're an alcoholic. Every time I see you, you're drinking beer.
Well, that's the show.
That's because you see me for 10 minutes a week.
Yeah.
It's the show. There's a beer glass in my logo.
Yeah. As soon as we get off, we do drink more.
Yes.
And then after the next day, we tend to drink more. But we're not alcoholics.
Yeah. Thursday, I tend actually not to drink at all.
Yeah.
So.
Just we reserve one day a week not to drink. So it's, Ooh, that is good. Very piney and citrusy.
Very piney. Different taste than I was expecting from the smell. Yeah, it tastes very citrusy. I got a lot more of the pine in that, though.
Mm-hmm. But it's not bad. It's got sweet notes.
Yeah.
A little schmalty. A little bit of maltiness in there.
Yep.
No, it's definitely a good solid. I mean, it's not the best double I've had, but
No.
of course, like I said, the New Holland, they're most known for their stouts.
I'm holding them here.
Yeah.
And so if New Holland Brewing is a 9.9, I'd give this a solid 8.
Yeah, this is
7.58.
This is
somewhere right in there.
This is up there. It's a very good,
drinkable, solid IPA.
I think we just have high expectations for New Holland.
I hear New Holland. I got excited. Ow!
Just keep drinking. It'll dull the pain after a while.
I'm already on some Advils.
Oh.
And I got some better stuff. I went to the doctor today. I've got some better stuff to take after the show.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to be lucid?
I wanted to be lucid during the show.
You should have taken it before. It might have been an interesting show.
You'd have been leading.
That's okay.
What do you think of the next one, Steve?
We got Jeff drooling on it.
Yeah. Steve's on to the next news item. I'm going,
Yeah. Let's take it off.
That's right.
Just shove him out of the way. Let him flop to the floor.
That's right. Yeah, just wheel me in the corner
if
I start drooling, man.
Okay. Should have got a wheelchair for this. Just wheel you out. Take him out.
I need the.
We need like the pike chair from Star Trek. You just sit there with the beeps.
Yeah, you were going Stephen. You were going Pike. I was going Stephen Hawking.
Oh, Hawking.
Or I could go a little more obscure reference. I could go the Stephen Hawking imitation of Family Guy. You suck.
Oh yeah.
Ha.
That's like the easiest voice to cast.
Well, it's
any kind of animated.
It's the Microsoft voice that they developed for text to speech.
Yeah, so they don't have to pay Stephen Hawking for anybody to play Stephen Hawking.
Exactly, and
you can just get any kind of text to speech.
You can open up the Microsoft text to speech app, and that's the default, or was the default one at least all through the 90s.
Yeah.
And so it's a very common voice app.
I don't know. If I was Stephen Hawking, I'd like mix it up and get like a sexy woman voice.
Right.
Get a little British accent once in a while.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Something like that. We've been talking for 7 minutes. Let's get to some news today.
All right.
So, John sent me this one in my defense.
Yeah.
Calvinist Missionaries provide remote village with fresh, clean craft beer supply.
Yes, most people need that craft beer supply out there in the middle of Africa.
Exactly. So, Tanzania, Africa, a team of short-term missionaries from the Sovereign Christ Reformed Church recently returned from the sub-Saharan Africa desert, having successfully provided a remote Tanzanian village with safe, clean craft beer to drink.
Yeah.
Because, they were suffering through a plight of having to drink Bud Light and any other.
They had to go walk, 30 miles to the
30 miles for the nearest Pilsner, and that's just not acceptable from today's
standards. That's what missionaries
standards.
should be doing.
That's right.
Of course, this is a parody site, so it's not real news, but it's still pretty funny.
It's basically The Onion.
Yeah, it's The Onion.
Anyway, read through the article.
It's pretty funny.
I thought it was funny.
The last thing where they say they're going to come back and help them, with grow artisan beards or something like that.
It was pretty emotional for everyone. One woman said,
cultivate sustainable facial hair.
Yeah. When the woman realized they wouldn't have to lug the 24 packs of Bud back from the nearest town every day, they began weeping and hugging each other.
So slow beer news.
Slow beer news. There wasn't a lot.
I looked. There wasn't
did too.
really. There's like some beer release stuff, but nothing really interesting.
Yeah. I had some beer news this week. Did I have some beer news this week?
And I'm a little jealous because I really wanted to go to this.
I've got my official passport from the Fort George Brewing Festival of the Dark Arts, which is the 2018 Carnival of Stout. So I've been to beer fests before. I've been to tap takeovers before. I've been to brewery opening events and things like that. This is a stout fest, whereas normally we go to like Oregon Brewers Fest.
I think it's more than just, it's like dark, so they do like barley wines.
There's a couple barley wines and a couple porters.
Yeah.
It was 90% stout.
Okay.
Yeah. If you like chocolate, if you like coffee, that was what you get.
Potatoes. You got potatoes.
They had potatoes. I had a bacon on a stick, which, when I say bacon on a stick, what do you picture?
Well, bacon on a stick.
Bacon on a stick.
You're talking like chunks of bacon, or are you talking like bacon, like chunks of bacon fat, or are you talking about strips of bacon?
I'm talking they literally took a pig, sliced him in half, filleted that out, and then jammed that on a stick and deep fried it for 2 minutes.
No. I've had cubed bacon before, and it is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
It is like just bacon steak is what it is.
Yeah.
It's super good.
Oh, it was so good. It was so fatty and so greasy.
Oh, so good.
And I'm pretty sure I ruined a pair of pants with it because I think that's what landed on my pants when I was thinking about it. My wife's over there laughing at me.
Porked pants.
I came home and I don't remember much past 8 p.m. from the event, but I came home and I looked down at my pants, and by the way, we stayed the night there, and I drove home the next day. So don't be thinking I drove home from Astoria, Oregon, after all that.
Everybody look at your pants.
Yeah, but no, I looked down, and it's like, what the heck happened there? Because literally, like, nothing on my shirt, nothing on my sleeves,
big
just
pool
my
of grease.
Yeah, just this flume
Are you
of grease.
sure it wasn't? You just like the beer was so good, you got too excited.
I may have gotten too excited.
Yeah, maybe.
Pour beer as your friend laid down was the correct way to take away the carbonation. Okay.
It is actually. You're supposed to pour and you get the bubbles to go, but that I did it too much.
Yeah.
It was the head was too.
Yeah.
big.
See, what I usually do is do a nice smooth pour down the side until I'm about halfway there,
Yeah,
and then
that's
do
what
it
I
a
do
little
too.
bit more
That's what I
aggressively
do
to get
too.
that head and start getting that aroma flowing.
Yeah.
So anyway, there were the Oregon Brewers Fest, which is one of the largest craft brew festivals in North America. They had 80 taps this last year. Fort George had 65 stouts.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Heck of a selection. And I had one that was like not good.
All the rest were just phenomenal.
And I probably tried close to 30
Well,
or
you're
35
more of a dark
of them.
beer
I
guy anyway.
love dark beer. I love darks.
I do too.
And
I
I
mean-
love Germans. Those are my
Look at
my
this.
two things. Oh, and we're someone mentioned a couple weeks ago we should have snacks on the show. So
Been catered.
we have snacks on the show tonight. I'm gonna move the beer so you can see.
Yeah.
We got mozzarella sticks and tater tots.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, my loving wife.
Oh yeah, there's a snack.
Yes.
That's good. I don't know if you guys ever come to the Northwest. For some reason,
Yeah.
at every single restaurant, you can get tots instead of French fries.
Yes.
I mean, you can get French fries still,
Yeah.
but like every single restaurant will have it. You want tots with that instead?
Yeah. But let's see. Right around 8 o'clock, we had already gone through and tasted like all the things we wanted to taste. We found, and if you've never been to a beer fest, they usually do tokens or tickets or something like that, where you buy a set of tokens and it's usually $1 per token, and then a beer will cost you somewhere between 1 and 4 tokens for a 2 to 3 ounce pour. They were doing 3 ounce pours here, and we found one stout called the Shug something.
Was it sugar? That wasn't. Oh, was it a Lagunitas one?
Might have been Lagunitas.
Okay. I know Lagunitas does one called Shug something, but or maybe it wasn't.
Super Saison. Sorry, I know.
Super Saison. That's not a dark beer.
No, it's not a dark beer. What was it? Shug Knight.
Shug Knight.
Boneyard.
That's right. Boneyard. Okay, yes, I have had the
Shug
Shug Knight before.
1 token, 3 ounce pour, 13%.
Oh yes. And that's why you don't remember anything after 8 o'clock.
That's exactly right, because I probably had 7 of those in the next hour or so.
Just keep it coming.
Yep. It was walk up to the bar, stumble up to the bar, stagger up to the bar.
Was it pretty crowded? I know that some of those things can get to be pretty...
We got there about 12:45, and until about 3 o'clock, it was shoulder to shoulder no matter where you were.
Yeah.
Because Fort George isn't this huge place. It takes up about half a city block, and this is half of a Oregon coastal town city block. Not a huge area. And they had taps in their brewery area. They had taps in their tasting area. They had temporary ones set up all over the place. And so they had about 10 or so locations that you could go get a tap.
Just so they know... Have you seen like Kindergarten Cop or Goonies or Short Circuit? That was all filmed in Astoria, Oregon, that's where Fort George is at.
Yeah, in fact, we drove by the Goonie Rock to get to the brewery. So, should talk about overclocking of the Ryzen 2200G. I'm glad you mentioned that. That little box on the in there, that is my 2200G, and that video should hopefully post tomorrow. So entry-level gaming machine with a little bit of overclocking. This isn't an overclocking tutorial, but it will deal with some overclocking. Yeah, those are good. Those are really good. I'm sorry, it's a slow news week, so...
Yeah, I threw as much stuff in there as I could.
Yeah. We have a lot of little news items, so I'm kind of stretching our time here.
Yeah, that's fine. We can bullshit.
Yep, that's all right. You guys like us, too.
Yeah.
not just for the news. Well, it's been 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and get to the big news item for the week.
Oh, yeah. The Coffee Lake
Yep.
motherboards.
Yep. Yes, on the Vega. Joe!
Joe!
Oh, welcome back, my friend.
I'll eat a mozzarella stick for Joe.
I will eat a mozzarella stick for Joe. Joe says shot of the good stuff, too.
Oh.
I think Joe just bought his shots.
Man, Joe.
Yep. You want Caskmates or you want a Scotch?
What scotch?
Johnny Walker Double Black.
I don't think I've had that. I've had the Castmates.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Tell you what, I'll do Caskmates and he'll do a little hit of Scotch.
Oh. You want me to get up? You can't get up?
Yeah, my back was just seizing up trying to finish that drink.
I'm going to be the gopher now.
Yeah, grab me, let's get 2 rocks glasses. My Caskmates is actually in the decanter up there. Because I love that stuff. And while you're doing that, I'm going to intro the next news story.
Shot glasses or rock glasses?
Rocks. Yeah.
You keep talking. I'll go
Yep.
sit.
So, leaked today, to really no one's surprise, that Intel lower-end chipsets for Coffee Lake are finally coming out. And if you followed the Coffee Lake news, this kind of makes sense because Intel rushed the Coffee Lake release in a direct response to Ryzen's success. And we knew that the chipsets themselves were rushed. We knew that the...
Say when.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Whoa.
Okay, that's
All
good.
right, that's good.
Yep. It's about 2.5 ounces there. Cheers, Joe. Love you, man. Anyway, Intel did rush the release of their chips this last summer. They released the chips, I believe, in September. You couldn't even get the chips until late October, early November, or something like that. And then there were no inexpensive chipsets to be bought, that being the 370, what was formerly the B250, but now they're calling it the B360, because Ryzen took the B350 from them, because they're jackasses.
They took that code. I saw that.
And the H310 chipset. So basically what that meant is let's say I wanted to buy an i3-8100, which is a good quality quad-core chip, 3.7 gigahertz, I believe. I had to buy a Z370 motherboard, which is $250. And so it takes all of the value out of that low-end chip.
You got to buy the high-end
Yeah,
motherboard.
got to buy the high-end motherboard. So now they're finally coming out with lower expense boards that don't support overclocking, have fewer PCIe lanes on the chipset, have just some of the features stripped out, but should be much more affordable. So we should start seeing some Coffee Lake boards.
Should be, but we don't really have price.
We don't have pricing. I did have some model numbers somewhere. I don't think I posted that link saying, hi, you guys are awesome. You're awesome too, Cloud. I see you on there almost every week, so thank you for watching. Anyway, in the past on the B150, B250 boards, they've been $100, and then for an H110, 210, and 310, you could get them for $70 maybe. Yeah. And so all of a sudden we're going to start to see some competing price points with AMD boards on the low end of things, whereas before, like I said, you had to buy a Z370. So
overall, more affordability.
Overall, more affordability. This is a win for the consumer, assuming they come out at aggressive price points.
Still no word on release dates, though, either.
No word on release dates, but I'm sure they're getting close because pretty much every major board partner was listed in this. I saw ASRock, Asus, MSI, Gigabyte. Mm-hmm. I don't think I saw anything from EVGA, but they're usually a week late anyway.
Just to be, it was all Asian listing sites. There wasn't anything in the U.S.
Right, this was an Asian retail site
jumping the gun.
That has parts listed for all of these boards. So I would say the release is probably sometime in the next week to 10 days.
Yeah.
Just
based on how it's happened in the past.
Things have happened before.
Yeah.
What's on the plate? Tater tots and mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks and tater tots.
Fresh deep fried.
Yeah.
Because we just got an air fryer, and I love it.
I haven't tried this. These are air fried.
These are air fried.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, we didn't have
pretty
to.
good.
Yeah, we didn't have to oven bake them. You don't have to soak them in grease.
You just coat them in grease.
You can actually don't even have to do that. And like on the tater tots, we cook those dry.
Oh, they're good.
Then the mozzarella sticks, what we do is we just spritz them with a little olive oil before they go in, and that gives them a nice crispness to them.
That's good.
So
yeah, they're pretty tasty.
Yeah. No cheese curds.
I like cheese curds.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I do.
See, I went to Wisconsin for a week. And I know I'm going to tick some people off.
A nice poutine is very good.
Yeah, okay. See, I like cheese. I like cheeses. Cheese curds.
No, they're good.
I just...
man. Tillamook cheese, they have this like a garlic dill cheddar cheese curds that are just, they're so phenomenal. They're very good.
So, yeah, I've had the Tillamook cheese curds. They're okay. I've had some of the Wisconsin ones. I don't remember any brands, but they were okay too. But... when I was in Wisconsin, I'm going to talk with my mouth full here.
Yeah.
Every single restaurant I walked in, literally, they would walk up and they would start squeaking the cheese curds at you, letting you know how fresh they are.
Oh yeah, squeaky cheese.
That was the weirdest thing.
Oh yeah, squeaky cheese is great.
Yeah. And they were, and again, I'm going to piss a couple people off. I apologize. Tillamook cheese is the best cheese I've ever had.
It is really good cheese. Tillamook is pretty tasty.
Tillamook's here on the Oregon coast. They distribute nationally. They're a good cheese.
They do good ice cream too. Their ice cream's not too bad.
Oh yeah.
Only one of the local ice cream places that I actually still do black licorice ice cream. I love black licorice ice cream. There's nobody does that anymore.
Yeah. Because we've got Tillamook and I believe Dairy Gold is still in state too, aren't they?
Yeah, Dairy Gold's still here.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got two very, very well-known national dairies in our state. Yeah. And so again, I go to these different places that are like, go to Idaho, try my potatoes. Oh, we make potatoes too. They're really good. Yeah. Heck, half the hops in the beer we drink come from Oregon. Yeah. But I go to Wisconsin, they're like, try my cheese. And it's like, I've had good cheese. It's okay. Love me an air fry. Yes, love the air fryer. Would you recommend buying an X5650 CPU or the X3440 for gaming and future-proof? The 5650, or even if you can get it, the 5670, or even beyond that, if you can get it, the 5690. The X3440 is a very similar CPU. Raul, he's talking on the X58 chipset, not the X79. If you can get an X79 board, I would get, like Raul said, probably the 1650 if you're aiming for gaming. It's a 6-core. It's got quite a bit higher clock speed. If you're on an X58 board already, the X5670, 80, or 90 are kind of the chips I would lean towards. Those are 6 cores. I believe they start at 2.93, 3.2, and 3.46 gigahertz respectively. Those are where your best value is going to be at. The X3440, if I remember right, had a 2.66 clock speed. It was a little bit slower, but it's just basically the single CPU version of the same thing. So the poop from here also makes good beer. Yep. John says we.
The poop from here, is that what you said?
The poop from there also makes good beer.
Oh, because of the yeah. Well, actually, a lot of the brewers here will take the spent grains from the beer, and then they will give it to the dairy farmers. Yep. To feed the cows. Yep. So a lot of our cheese is also beer powered, so to speak. Yep. Well, you are just. You're falling behind.
I am. I'm working on it, man.
Yeah. I think you eaten. Did you skip dinner? Did you is this your dinner?
Oh no. Okay. I had 2 pieces of pizza.
This is. You're an epitome of health.
Yeah.
You got pizza and then mozzarella sticks.
Don't judge me. Don't sit there and judge me.
And beer. You're gonna live forever.
Oh. I love living in Oregon.
I'm pretty sure that was Elvis's diet too.
Yeah. What are you saying? I'm going to die on the toilet?
Maybe. If you eat those many cheese sticks,
That's right. Yeah, Megan, my wife, goes, how many cheese sticks are there left? I said, I think there's 9. Just drop them all in, because I'm not going to eat like 3 of them later. And she goes, okay, you want some tater tots with that? I went, sure.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Why not?
Tater tots. Yeah, I like these. They're good.
Yeah, you can overclock both the X58 chips that I mentioned. You can overclock all of them. They're not unlocked. Traditionally, the stepper isn't unlocked, but you can overclock the base clock on them, which will get you a decent overclock. Tech City on YouTube has quite a bit of guides on doing that with that platform. He's a great resource for that.
I gotta look on the. Oh.
What?
That's what they want me to do. The Jeff calls you poke Jeff for me was what they were saying.
Interesting.
On Discord.
I'm on Discord. It's not refreshing.
Oh, because you're on Craft Computing, not Talking Heads.
My
there
bad.
You go.
My bad.
There you go. It's still not refreshing. Because that's not the latest.
Yeah, that's not the latest. What the heck? What the heck, Discord? I had it up, I swear. I swear, my Discord peeps, I had it up. All right. This one was cool.
I like this one. This one's really neat.
From an enterprise guy.
Yeah. This is an enterprise. I'd still want one for myself, to be quite honest. But
yeah. Samsung unveils the world's largest SSD, 2.5-inch SSD.
Yes, 2.5 inch. 2.5 inch, it's almost just as thick too. It's pretty thick.
It is data center size 2.5-inch drive, which means it's the same screw holes as a standard laptop 2.5-inch drive. Yeah. But this one I think is 17 millimeters thick, which is as thick as the data center will allow you to go.
Yeah.
For reference, your standard SSD is between 7.5 and 9 millimeters thick. So this is almost twice as thick as those.
Learn to Discord.
Get off my back, Krillbox. Gosh. Cramping my style. Anyway, Samsung unveils the world's largest 2.5-inch, world's most spacious, most capacitous.
Capacitous.
Yes.
Yeah.
SSD, 30 terabytes.
That's insane.
Now, I believe it's either Samsung or Toshiba also has the record for the world's largest 3.5-inch, which is a 60 terabyte. So they've shrunk down that technology to about a quarter of the size.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah. Obviously enterprise level.
Yeah.
You're gonna be paying like what, $3,000 probably for one of these.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
This is that kind of category. $3,000, no.
And it's not SSTA, it's SAS.
Yeah, it's a
SCSI.
serial attached SCSI.
Yeah.
So it uses the same kind of data port as a SATA drive, but it is a proprietary thing where the plug and the data are all in the same interface. So serial attached SCSI, speeds of up to 2,100 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
And write speeds of up to 1,700 megabytes per second. And that's over, like I said, that SAS interface. Yeah.
You know the first people going to buy it? Pornhub.
Oh, probably.
Let's get 17 of them.
Oh, dude, the random reads on this thing are going to be insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
for that large of a data set.
Oh, yeah.
Seagate had the 60 terabyte SSD.
Oh, Seagate. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them. But
they were 3.5.
Yeah, and those have not gone on sale yet. So that they've made the drive, but they haven't sold it to anyone. This one is going to be available for purchase. Now, like I said, if you have to ask, you can't afford this. Steve said $3,000. I say add a zero to that price.
You think so? You think it's gonna be that high?
It's going to be that high.
Yeah.
Think of what a 2 terabyte SSD costs you today. A Samsung 2 terabyte SSD will cost you $1,200.
But they don't. Okay, the 2 terabyte ones you can get commercially. They're not enterprise level. You can get for enterprise, but and those cost I think what $1,700
thereabouts. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to scale a lot larger, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be like 30,000.
Right. Well, you're talking 15 times the capacity, and you're talking density, and you're talking. I mean, density is everything in IT.
It is.
The more dense you get something, the more expensive it is.
30,000. That's going like to the 1980s era of price for hard drive space.
I'll give you an over/under of 25, and I'll bet you $5 on it. You take whichever one you want.
Fine.
I'm going to take the over 25.
Okay.
So you can, yeah. So I'm assuming you're on the under. Yeah. Hey Joe. Hey Rhett. Hey both of you. Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition. If you have not tried it and you like beer and you like whiskey,
so good.
Oh my God, it's so good, and it's only $35.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive whiskey.
It's completely affordable.
Yes. It's a step up from the $20 like the James and the
It's for the high class
Jack and
alcoholics.
Jim and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you're used to drinking Jameson Black Label, it's the same price.
Yeah.
It's the same price as Black Label. In fact, here it's $5 cheaper, which is really weird.
Super good. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start helping you out here pretty soon. I'm like almost done with my beer.
Came over here from Hacker Garage to play some Revenge of Shinobi, and you guys are online. Well, glad you joined us.
Revenge of Shinobi. Oh my god.
Hey man, new subscriber. Hello to you. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, great segue. Right before the show, like about 10 or 15 minutes before the show started, I passed 6,000 subs today.
That's good.
Perfect. I was wondering if I would break it before the show started. I did. You guys are awesome. I said when I started this, it's just a hobby. It's just something fun. If I get it to a point where, it can pay for my hobby and you guys are enjoying something and I can have some fun with people, man, I'm going to be thrilled. If I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to be thrilled. I'll keep this thing going. 6,000 subscribers.
That's amazing.
I love you guys. You're an awesome community so far. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for coming and staying. That's the big thing. When YouTube changed their monetization policies about a month ago, there was a lot of outrage as to why. Why would they do this? Why would they cut off the monetization for all these small channels? And I said it on that show that this is not a detriment to those channels. When I was below the monetization threshold, I would have made like $5 a month. $5 a month is not me making or breaking this channel. That's just, hey, here's $5. Oh, and you can't collect until you break $100.
Yeah. So it would take you like a year.
Yeah, you'd be looking at an 18-month turnaround to get a $100 check from YouTube at $5 a month for monetization. And to put it in perspective, you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours of content on your channel in 12 months. Since YouTube changed that policy, they cut 800,000 channels out of the monetization base. They also stopped self-promoting those channels and doing them as recommended views after you watch a video. So let's say you go watch Linus Tech Tips or Jay's 2 Cents or whatever else. If I was a no-name channel and I was no longer monetized, you wouldn't see my name come up as recommended after one of those.
Yeah.
You would see it with the rest of the demonetized channels. Since they cut out those 800,000 channels, I'm no longer competing with 800,000 other channels for
Small
that
channels,
one spot after those videos. My viewership has spiked and my subscriber count has exploded. I've gained 3,100 subs in the last 28 days. And
that's good.
And again, people were going, "Oh my God, 4,000 hours! That's so much." I've done 4,000 hours of viewership from you guys in the last 3 weeks. So again, because I was just above that threshold already, I had done my 4,000 hours.
Well, that's because I kept playing on repeat and I just let it go 24/7.
Right.
That's all I did.
That's one.
I did that for you.
But again, because I'm no longer competing with those with channels that aren't bringing you good content, aren't drawing eyeballs to the screen, I got promoted, and I'm being promoted along with the other big players. So I'm hoping to grow quickly. I'm hoping to keep this thing going. Maybe it's something I do full time someday. I thought that impossible when I started this, but I'm more and more encouraged every single day, and I'm encouraged because you guys watch. I know I'm getting a little sappy, but thank you guys. Join my Patreon if you want to join Patreon. Give me $1 per video, and you get access to my Discord channel. You can chat it up with me and Steve and everyone else. John and Rhett. During the week, ask us questions, share builds, laugh about
I'm usually
things.
just sitting at home, not doing anything. You can talk to me. I don't know.
Right. We're most of the week right now. We're just getting on their BS, and we're talking about what food we're eating and that kind of stuff. But I've also answered a couple questions for FreeNAS, and I've answered couple of questions like what chips should I upgrade to and things like that. So check out my Patreon page. Just linked at the top of the video here. What is the food accompanying the beverages? Tater tots and mozzarella sticks. Yeah, I'm about ready to put it in the description.
I know from the camera it looks a little washed. I mean, I can only tell from right here, but it just looks like a lump of yellow from the camera. But yeah, this is mozzarella sticks. This is tater tots. Mm-hmm. No marinara, just ranch, which is still fine. But
yep. And Rhett says he'll personally answer every question, and he'll do so in meter.
In what?
In meter. In rhythm and rhyme.
Oh, I thought it was going to iambic pentameter.
Yeah. That's a form of meter.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've talked about myself enough. Let's see here. No guarantee it will be useful, though.
Yeah.
I've seen Rhett on this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you had the next one.
Yeah. This one I found really, really interesting. It's basically the latency that a lot of modern computers, when it comes to actually responsiveness, not power overall. We have computers that are far, far more powerful. In fact, these phones are more powerful than the Apple IIe. But latency, when you hit a key, it was more responsive back then than it is now.
Yep.
This article right here was talking about it, and I kind of read quite a bit of the study that's on here, talking about how these older computers were actually a lot more responsive, and they wanted to dig into why, and it boils down to, well, the old Apples, they didn't do much. They had you hit a key and then it would do it.
Right.
Now that you got a lot more stuff, things are downloading and things are going on right at the time. Also different technologies. But it goes really in depth into like pooling rates and refresh rates and all different things. It's way, way, way more complex. And if you get a chance, actually look at it. And it's very, very interesting how some computers, like if you get your high-end gaming keyboards and mice and stuff like that, some things make a difference, some stats make a difference, some stats don't.
Yeah.
Like the pooling rate for your keyboard, that stat really doesn't make a difference, really.
Right.
It really boils down to how well the firmware is, that type of a thing. And you can actually lose a lot of responsiveness if you don't have the right thing. And so, I don't know, did you end up reading the article at all, or no?
I just skimmed this one.
You skimmed this one.
I did read the Abandonware one. I read the. I read all the rest. I skimmed this one.
This one I actually read the most. And
this one intrigued me, but I just didn't have time.
This one was very good. And actually, I think they had some latency, because this latency issues goes all the way across the board.
Right.
Your mouse, your keyboard, your monitor.
To put it in perspective, back in the day, so we're comparing this to the Apple II or the early Macintosh computers, and those had a 1 megahertz processor, and whatnot. They're talking about latency as far as the time it takes for me to press a key on the keyboard
and for it to show up on the screen.
For the time that it takes the computer to process what I pressed and then display it on the screen. That was nearly instantaneous back then. I mean, sub-millisecond level time.
I think there's a graph in there that showed it.
The reason for that was everything was done at a frequency pulse and was done at the hardware level.
Yeah.
So when I typed M on my keyboard, it was actually sending that 8-bit ASCII character
pulse
of the letter M
directly to the board.
As a pulse to the board. The board would interpret that pulse, send that pulse natively over to the processor, over to the graphics display, and then out to the screen.
Yeah.
And so the whole process was moving literally at the speed of light with just XOR switches all the way through. Very, very simple. Modern computers don't do that. Modern computers, heck, I've got a Bluetooth keyboard.
Yeah.
But, even USB keyboards, they're not sending that 8-bit ASCII signal anymore. They're telling the computer that as a hardware interface device over the USB bus, I'm sending you what you should interpret as the letter M.
Yeah. And it's sitting
there,
there,
the computer,
especially with the USB bus, because it's pooling, it's sitting there just waiting for you.
Right.
It's sitting there listening. So there's a time from when it's, I did something, did you do something, did you do something, did you do something?
Right.
How fast that goes depends on. I think the max you can do with the keyboard is 1,000 hertz or something like that.
1,000 hertz for a keyboard, and I think 1,500 for a mouse or something like that.
Yeah, that's like the max.
Is the polling rate over USB, and it's because of the amount of data that needs to come.
That's
across.
the max, but then of course, if the drivers that are connected to that thing aren't really interpreting that way, it doesn't matter what it's.
But even at the keyboard level, there's translation that's happening at the keyboard level. Because when I type M on the keyboard, it's not just instantly sending it down the wire. There's firmware within the keyboard that says, okay, what letter was pressed? Okay, how do I need to send this? Okay, what device am I talking to? What language does he want to know? Okay, let me translate that really quick. there's, I mean, it's 5 milliseconds sometimes before your keyboard even sends the right signal out.
Right.
So yeah, and I
That's
figured,
why, I mean, even
I figured that's what this article would be talking
even
about.
back in the day, like about, just, I would say 15 years ago, when PS2 was the standard connection for mouse and keyboard. That was a lot better too, because they weren't doing pooling like USB does.
Right.
And that was a lot more instantaneous too.
Yep. The one advantage to USB over the old analog interfaces is power, and you get the N key rollover.
Yes, you do.
And so on PS2, the max you can send is typically 5 characters. On some of the more advanced keyboards and interfaces, you can do
I thought PS2 actually had higher rollover.
Did it have 10?
I thought it had more than USB actually. But the biggest benefit that USB had was power. That you can power stuff over it. So that means you can't get an RGB keyboard with PS2. Right. That's just not going to work unless you have batteries within your in your keyboard.
Yeah, because I think a PS2 port will only send out 100 milliamps.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's very small.
It's very small. Even older USB ports send out 500 milliamps. Yeah. Modern ones are sending out up to an amp. Yeah. Unless you get a red port, and then they're sending out 2.5 amps. Yeah. So. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, look up the article. It goes really in depth. It not only covers keyboards, but also covers mice, monitors, processors, all kinds of stuff like that. Just the problem of latency, and calculating latency, and why is when I hit a key something's not happening. Why I try to do something, it takes a second to do it. All kinds of reasons why that does that.
Very cool. Let's see. Are you talking about what's in this one, Rhett?
Yeah, I was actually, because you're not doing anything, so
I'm working on it. Yeah, why don't you get a couple more glasses? I'll finish up.
I'll get some more. I'll get some more scotch here. Won't say no to free booze.
That's right. So this one really intrigued me.
I like this one.
How much are into the Abandonware scene are you?
I actually am quite a bit. One of my favorite games, which was abandoned not too long ago, was one of the old Battlefields, Battlefield 2142. I love Battlefield 2142.
Yep.
Server shut down. EA doesn't support them anymore.
Yep.
But there's Abandonware servers out there now. You can get that. You can play it for free now. That and classic Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
Not exactly legal.
Well, kind of.
Sort of.
And that's what this debate is about.
This is what this debate is about right here.
So if you don't know what Abandonware is classified by the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and the ESA as software that is no longer developed, sold, or supported by the original authors. Yeah. And there are protections in place for what's called abandonware. So that is, let's say I have an old Windows 95 computer and I'm looking for this piece of software that I used to have on it, and I can't find that software for sale on Amazon or
anywhere.
Any retail site. No one sells it anymore because no one makes it anymore. No one supports it anymore. The company is 10 years bankrupt and gone. If I go onto a website and download that software, that is legal.
It's completely legal because there's no one to prosecute you, really.
Right. You are not breaking licensure laws. You are not breaking copyright law. You are basically taking something that no one anymore has ownership to.
This is essentially the digital version. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound.
Correct.
This is like no one cares if you download this software. No one's going to complain if you pirate it, so it's fine.
Right. And to that end, I have been looking for a piece of software for my Windows 95 machine called TabWorks for 10 years. And if anyone has TabWorks, which was made by Xerox and Compaq as a shell that sat on top of Windows 3.1 and Windows 95. And it was a GUI replacement interface.
Oh, okay.
And it was really cool, and I remember it on one of my first 486 machines, and I have not been able to find... I found a French version of it for Windows 95, but I have not been able to find the original Windows 3.1 English version of it. So if you know what I'm talking about, TabWorks, I'm throwing it out to you guys.
You can find it out there.
TabWorks.
There's lots of sites for abandonware games.
Yes.
But abandoned software
is a little tricky.
Yeah, it's a little hard to find.
But anyway, so abandonware is that. And there are legal provisions in place that protects the right to download and use abandonware. This can be games, this can be software, this can be engineering software. This can be interfaces for when I worked in manufacturing for a short time. We had this old DOS 5.0 computer,
Old legacy software
that the manufacturer was long out of business. I can take that software and do whatever I want with it because no one's actually selling it, supporting it, or profiting from it. And so copyright law goes out the window in that case. Now, I can't sell that software, but I can use that software and distribute that software as much as I want, so long as I'm not profiting from it. And that's the protection. There's a battle going on, and it's been going on really since the DMCA started in '96, and that is the right for people to recreate online game servers for online games that have shut down. That the original software developer, publisher, whatever, has shut down the online servers.
I think
Tribes, for example.
Is Tribes. Well, I think Tribes actually is still.
I think Tribes 2 is still active. Tribes 1 is dead. If I remember correctly.
It's been a couple years.
It's been a couple years since I've been in there.
I remember Tribes was still active.
Let's go World of Warcraft. Let's say one of these days,
World of Warcraft
Blizzard
is
kills
a very,
World of Warcraft.
very recent example.
Right. Let's say Blizzard kills World of Warcraft. They say, we're out of the market. We're shutting the servers down. We're no longer going to support it. We're no longer going to sell it. You cannot play the game anymore. We're not taking any money for subscriptions. We're done with World of Warcraft. We're moving on to our next project. Should it be legal for someone to reverse engineer and start up their own World of Warcraft server?
Well, this kind of goes beyond this particular issue, but there was also just recently with World of Warcraft 2 where people wanted the classic server.
Yes.
They didn't want all the expansions. They didn't want all the improvements. They didn't want all the other things. They wanted classic, original release World of Warcraft.
Right.
And then Blizzard shut them down. I know that there's actually shards out there for the original Ultima Online. Ultima Online is still going on, surprisingly, which is weird. And same thing, with Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah, that's another good one.
But Star Wars Galaxies is gone too. But I mean, there's actually active games where people want to go back to the original version, where there's a lot of people fighting to do that.
And that one I say the company is still making a profit off of. And if you are circumventing their modern systems for, let's say, microtransactions.
Well, that was if they were circumventing the modern system, I would see that they would have a case. But this is like the original version that they don't support anymore.
If I started up my own Ultima or whatever server.
I think there are original Ultima shards that are still out there.
Yeah. But if I started up my own server that is not competing with the official servers, I should be fine to do that. Under Abandonware DMCA copyright law.
Yeah. So there's a court case coming up that's basically going to rule whether it's legal for Abandonware server-side software to be readily available.
Osgeld found it, but chat won't use links. Send me a DM if you're talking about TabWorks, or send a DM anyway. I'll see if I can patch it through to the rest of the chat, because I can post links. But I've disabled links because I got too many Cambots on there. Unless Steve, you want me to post Cambot links, I can.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So. Lost my train of thought there. I'm almost done with my IPA. It's good IPA.
Oh, it's good IPA.
It's good IPA.
But you're just taking too long. I liked it a lot, so I drank it fast.
Joe interrupted me with a Caskmates here.
Yeah, I double fisted this one here.
Now, if
and Johnny Walker Black's good. Though.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's so good.
It's only $45 too. It's not an expensive scotch.
No.
Yeah.
It's expensive because I drink it too fast.
Right.
It's like $45 gone in a day?
I have the same problem.
What the hell?
Yeah, if you're wondering about the sweatshirts, it's snowing outside right now.
Yeah.
So.
It was snowing the last 2 days here where we're at. We're all very cold.
Yep. So we don't get it a lot. Now, we typically hover around 35 degrees this time of year.
Yeah.
But the problem is we'll get that Arctic wind coming down.
Every once in a while. Like usually once, sometimes twice a year, we'll get like an Arctic blast coming down.
And usually I hate the feels like metric.
Yes.
Because it's like, it's 35 degrees outside. Don't tell me it feels like 28. Yeah. I know what 28 feels like, and 28 does not feel like 35. So don't... in this case, we get the Arctic wind coming down, and it sweeps right through the valley here, and it's cold, and it bites.
Yeah.
And
it's a biting cold.
And when it's going 20, 25 miles an hour, it penetrates whatever you have.
Yeah.
And so when it's 32 here and that wind is blowing and it feels like 15, it really does feel like 15 here. So, I'm not competing with any of you in the Midwest.
Oh, there's plenty of people that have it way worse than we do.
Plenty of people who are colder than us.
Oh yeah, no, our winter preparedness here in the valley, horrible.
Yeah,
we're the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, Portland finally bought some snowplows in 2011.
When ridiculous.
In 2011, I don't know if you remember that storm very well.
I do.
We had a storm that blanketed the city for 3 weeks.
Oh, you can still find YouTube videos of cars just crashing into each other like ping
that
pong
shut
balls.
down the entirety of the Northwest for like 3 weeks. And Portland didn't own but like 3 snowplows. They got a couple from Eastern Oregon. They drove them in, and they decided, you know what, we're going to plow I-5. We're going to take these 4 snowplows, so 4 snowplows wide, and we're going to just plow the whole thing. Well, when they did that, the weird thing about Oregon is like I said, we usually hover around that freezing mark, and so we'll get a lot of melt off, and that'll seep down to the bottom, and then it'll refreeze.
Yeah,
and
we'll get sheets of ice.
And then we'll get some rain during the day, and so what they did is they basically Zamboni'd I-5.
Yeah, it became an ice skating ring all along.
So before it was at least passable, and then they had these snowplows going over the top of I-5, and then there were like 30 wrecks before they actually had to reclose the highway behind the plows.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like, oops.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
It's like 50 here. It's -8 here. Yeah, Joe, I'm assuming you're in Wisconsin or somewhere up, maybe Minnesota, because you mentioned the cheese to me.
The cheese.
So it's thundering in Texas and icy. Yeah, it's not thundering here, but it's icy.
We don't get too much thunder.
I did have to walk back from the Brewfest to the hotel in Astoria in like 28-degree weather in the sideways.
Luckily,
sleet.
Astoria's not that big.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
It was still like 1.5 miles.
Oh, wow.
It's about as far as you can walk in Astoria. But did that at about 10 o'clock at night. That was fun.
Hey, you sobered up though pretty quick, I bet.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I was plenty good walking back. This one made news this week.
Yeah, this was kind of silly. I thought was just ridiculous.
I thought it was silly, but then again, I'm not the average consumer, the average web developer or whatever. Google removes the View Image button from the Google image search, making pics harder to steal.
not really that much harder to steal.
Not really. I'm going to go onto Google right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go images.google.com.
Google.com.
I'm going to search for... Tacos.
Yeah.
Taco. Oh, look, we got some... That's some great B-roll taco footage.
Yeah, there we go.
Where's my view image button? I'm going to right-click it.
Right-click, save as.
And I'm going to say save image as, or I'm going to view image.
Oh, wow. They got rid of the button. They left the context menu there.
Yep. The context menu is still there. It exists within Chrome. It exists within every page within Chrome.
It seems really, really silly.
Right.
It's just dumb.
Yeah. I'm going to leave the taco on screen just to mess with you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about tacos on today's
delicious tacos.
Joe says, good guess. I know my people, and I know my people who like cheese. You like cheese and beer, so you must be between Minnesota and Wisconsin. God, that's hard. I'm going to say Wisconsin. If I had to narrow it down to the two, I'm going to say Wisconsin because you like beer. I'm going to say Minnesota's more about hard alcohol. Just
putting it out there?
Just putting it out there.
Putting it out there.
That was a dangerous search without safe search on. Yep. Joe, nailed it.
He didn't say hairy taco, though, so it's like taco's relatively safe.
I guessed Joe right. Yeah. Wisconsin. Nailed it. Nice. Good to meet you, Joe. Yep, that was a safe search. Yeah, taco. Taco? Why did you suggest taco?
We're in taco country.
Gosh. I could get into a whole thing about my work, about a conversation that I had to have this week. I'll share it off air, but it would give away where I work if I had to explain the conversation on air. But it's a good one, and it was a misunderstanding of words and a web query that went wrong. And just I'll leave it at that. That's a good enough explanation for it. Right. Let's open the mango.
I'm going to break open my cider. Since this IPA is kind of citrusy notes, and this is kind of a little bit citrusy anyway, I don't mind mixing the two. And go, you me. Oh, I'll get you another. I'll get you another glass. We'll go with clown cheese.
Oh wow, yeah.
No, it's very good.
Very.
I was actually really pleasantly surprised.
It's
about
mango without a lot of citrus on the nose of it.
No. You can still taste the appliness. You can still taste the mangoiness.
Yeah.
It's a sweet. I added a bit of I back sweetened it with just some apple concentrate.
Okay.
Just to give it a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
very sweet smelling.
Yeah.
That is really solid.
Yeah.
It's not too dry, which you can get a lot of times in some homemade ciders.
Well, okay. Without back sweetening it, it actually wasn't that dry. It was pretty good. And I used an English dry cider when I did it.
Okay.
And typically when I do that, it does end up pretty dry.
Right.
But this particular batch of cider that I had was very sweet.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's very sweet. It's got really good mouthfeel to it, if I can say that.
Mm-hmm. It's very clear.
Very clear.
Yeah.
It's very appley with just that slight hint of mango kind of right on top of it. And that's
very good.
well done.
Thank you, sir. I have like maybe 4 gallons left. I drank a gallon myself already.
Luckily, they were aware for the potential for searches gone awry already. Yeah, Google will by default, I'm getting a little abstract here, but Google will by default block known search queries unless you search for that exact search query. You cannot use hearsay or random words and get the colloquial term for
euphemism.
We'll say taco as a good example without getting too lewd here.
Yeah.
If I search for taco on Google Images, 99.999% of the time I'm going to end up with tacos. I'm not going to end up with tacos. I'm going to end up with tacos.
Yeah.
And that's because Google doesn't want some random kid going, I need an image of a taco. Oh my God, what is that, mommy? Yeah.
Although, way back in the day...
Whoa. We got some smack talk in the chat here.
Oh, what's that?
Mouthfeel. That's what your mom said.
No, I gotta tell you, because back in the early days of image search...
What are you telling about my mom?
This is a good story. This is a good story. Okay, this is way back when. This is when like Alta Vista was king of searches. This is a long time ago. I may be dating myself.
I know Alta Vista.
Oh, you remember Alta Vista?
They were my go-to back in the day.
Yeah, they were, and I think they did. There was I can't remember it was Alta Vista. This was before image search for Google.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have like I wanted to do a little Photoshop with our company's logo on a manhole cover. So I did a search for manhole.
You got ASCII Goatsy, didn't you?
Guess what came up?
You got ASCII Goatsy, didn't you?
Guess how I had to explain to my boss when these images came up on my computer.
Yeah, I'm so confident. I'm scrolling down the list of tacos here, and I'm seeing nothing but some delicious tacos.
Yeah.
Yep. Of all different varieties.
All kinds of delicious tacos. Even the Reese's taco.
That's the one that kind of caught my eye.
Dude, that looks good.
That looks good.
That's like more of a gordita, though.
Yes. That looks good. We can get some pretty good authentic Mexican food near where we live.
There's plenty.
And so we get dishes like this all the time.
That stuff. Yeah, we get stuff like that easily for like maybe $1.50 a piece.
Oh, if that. Oh, I paid 50 cents for those.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. Most of the bars in downtown Salem will do Taco Tuesdays, and so you get dollar tacos, and they're good tacos too.
Yeah, they're not the cafeteria tacos. Yeah. They're like authentic street tacos.
All right, what do we got left?
This is this one's awesome.
So I tweeted out, if you follow me on Twitter, which if you don't follow me on Twitter at Craft Computing, I tweeted this one out earlier today. 30-second delay gives me plenty of confidence. No, because I don't have a black button. I'm not like the radio.
There's no cutoff.
There's no stopping it once it hits OBS.
Yeah.
It goes. Yeah. So, yeah. He also said oldest OS he might have used was 98, might have been 95. What's the oldest OS you've used? I know you said Amiga.
I used the Amiga, so that would be Workbench. But right. There was before that. So my dad, he worked for DEC. So I don't know what OS Digital used back then. It was some kind of console shell.
Right.
But it wasn't DOS.
Right. I've used a console shell that I don't know the name of.
I don't know the name of it.
It was on an Osborne portable computer.
Yeah. This was so I I guess question mark would be the answer because I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see here. I can go down every version of Windows ever. You're not going to surprise me with anything.
Yeah, no, I've gone all the way. I never did Windows 1.
I did Windows 1.
But I did Windows 2.
I don't think I did it when it was
like,
new, but I've done Windows 2 when it was still in production.
Yes, I did 2. I did 2 up. I never did 1.
Yeah, never did 1 natively, although I've gone back and explored it. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, no, I know. DOS, because DOS was still...
Type in DOS shell. You've done yourself a favor.
Yes, that's all. Yeah.
Let's see. I've used OS2 Warp.
Yeah, I did OS2 Warp too, yeah.
I've used Mac OS going back to...
Before it was called Mac OS, when it was just the Apple IIe.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course. That was...
So, I was on 2GS for a while. I was on the LC2, which the LC2 was version 7.2, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
System OS 7.2.
Yeah, OS 7.2, yeah.
Apple DOS 3.3.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah. So you got my respect on that one, man.
All right.
Let's get on to
this one's good.
Yeah,
I like this.
I got sidetracked here. Tweeted out that Bitcoin was in the news, and that was not a typo. That's Bitcoiin.
Three I's.
Yeah.
All together.
Yeah. Is it 3 or 2? I thought it was.
Well, there's a Bitcoiin, so it's 3 I's all together.
Yeah, 3 I's. Okay. Yeah. So 2 I's right at the end. Bitcoin. Steven Seagal becomes an ambassador for a questionable cryptocurrency, as if they weren't already all questionable in some regards.
Yes.
But Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it's not based on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's based on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yes.
So it's not even related to Bitcoin. It's not even related to Ethereum, but it's kind of somewhere in between there. Mm-hmm. OS 701. I had a Macintosh LC2, and I believe it shipped with 7.2. If I recall correctly. I do remember going to a retail store, probably Egbert Computer, and getting a System 8 upgrade package for it.
Old Egbert.
Yeah, old Egbert Computers.
Egbert,
yeah. It was either that or it was Software Etc.
Yes, I remember Software Etc. too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I went to Software Etc.
There were those two. There was also Future Shop.
Oh, did you ever go to Software Pipeline?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I love Software Pipeline.
Yeah. In my defense, I was showing my dad and grandfather about this cool new search engine when they both worked with wood.
That was good.
Nice.
Search for wood.
Nice turn of phrase there. As noted by CoinDesk, the website for Bitcoin 2 Gen lists no details about what's actually behind the cryptocurrency. My favorite part is how they say the funds will be distributed.
Yes. Like, it's literally a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
If that doesn't scream scam.
We are distributing your Bitcoin 2 Gen fundage in a reverse funnel shape. Where level 1 will net you 15% of all profits, level 2 will net you 10%, level 3 will net 5, level 4 will net 2.5, and so on and so forth. So get onto your downstreams, get people involved in this new I've used SunOS, in this new competitor to
make it under siege
to the big to the big name cryptocurrency out there. Yeah. And Steven Seagal, the patron among men,
yes,
is the ambassador to all of this. So do some research. I can't wait till that goes sideways and we're reading about Steven Seagal involved in a complex cryptocurrency pyramid scheme, and he's been arrested for a Ponzi scheme in the next 3 years.
That'd be good.
That's going to be good. That's going to be good news. And this is the other one that I didn't read all the way through.
Oh, you didn't read this one? This one was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I've done some on wireless charging. I've done some Qi charging and stuff like that.
This was an interesting way of doing wireless charging, and it's basically going through magnetic fields. What they did as an experiment, they had basically a steel room built, and then the frequency that they charged through what they call it, like QSCR, which was the technology they used to use this, if your device was in tune to that frequency, they can transmit power to that. And of course, the experiment, they had built a room for this.
Right.
But they're saying that in future, then you don't have to rebuild whole buildings to make this work. You can just put panels up. You can just do this. Mm-hmm. That just makes it seem like maybe you have to lean up against a wall to charge up your phone. But it works very similar to Wi-Fi. So as long as your device matches the frequency of this, what they're transmitting, you should be able to power your device wirelessly.
Right.
Of course, this is all in experimental stages. It's not very big. I think it was a 16 by 16 foot room. It wasn't very huge, which is probably a very expensive apartment in New York. But still, it's the actual idea of being able to walk around and still have your device being charged while you're using it.
So think of it like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I remember those.
Yeah,
I remember those quite well.
Yeah, this came up on an April Fool's a while back. This is the wireless extension cords from ThinkGeek.com.
Yes.
Which I think is hilarious.
These devices right here, I know exactly what they are. They're microwave transmitters.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll put this link down in the description too.
Yeah.
If you've never checked out a ThinkGeek
like
New Year's or
no suing.
April
Right
Fool's,
there.
yeah. There we go. Yeah, if you've never checked out a ThinkGeek April Fool's list,
they're pretty good. That's one of the good ones.
They're one of the top ones out there. All right, we're at the hour 6 mark. Let's do Q&A while we're finishing our beers here. Anyone got any questions? Let's see. There was OS system 687701 through 702, and then 7.5. Yeah, it was, again, my memory's fuzzy. It might have been 7.5 that I got the LC2 with. I know it was System 7 that it shipped with, and I know I went out and bought a System 8 upgrade package for it. Let's see. Yep, you're a retro computer nerd. I'm a retro computer nerd when it comes to the PC side of things, starting at the 8086 and going up through the Intel Spectrum and whatnot. Mac, I'm kind of hit or miss until you hit about 2000.
There are some
2000 on, pretty solid.
There are some retro Macs that are actually quite expensive.
Yes.
And very, very collectible right now that are a couple grand to buy.
Yep. There's the Anniversary Edition Mac. There's the original Lisa.
Oh,
there's
which was kind of funny because it was a bomb.
Yeah,
it was not very.
Oh, it was a bomb at retail.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Anniversary?
No, I don't think I have.
'20th Anniversary Mac. Here it is.
Oh, no, I did see this one before. Yeah, this is the stand-up one, and they had the
stand-up.
They had the weird trash can thing in the back.
Yeah, with the trash can, Altec Lansing speakers, and the keyboard with the trackpad built in. Oh yeah, this was the 20th Anniversary Macintosh, released in
2014.
Yep,
it's 2014.
Well, this is at the festival.
Oh yeah.
This was February '94.
Is that when it came out? Oh no, it says June '97.
June '97. Okay. Yeah. June '97 is when that one came out. And yeah, it was a. I think it was $10,000.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It had an 800 by 600 passive matrix LCD screen.
Yeah. Which for the time was very thin. Yeah, it was very balling. Because everybody's hit CRTs. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. It takes a couple I'm like on a 45-second delay, so it takes a couple seconds for the questions to come in. Calm down, Joe. Jeez. Why does Ubuntu server give me a red screen on installing packages for like 3 effing years? I don't know. I have the same problem. If you come up with an answer, I'd love to hear it. Would you recommend 3200 megahertz or 2400 megahertz for a Ryzen 2400G when on a budget? Go with the 3200. Ryzen, especially the APUs, love memory speed. And when I say especially the APUs, I mean especially the Vega graphics on the APUs. And do not get a single stick of RAM. Make sure you get dual channel memory. The Vega core is tied so tightly to that Ryzen CPU core that it shares the memory bandwidth with it. And when you think that a modern GPU has 5,000 megahertz of memory bandwidth, when you all of a sudden shrink that down to 2400 megahertz, it really starts to struggle. So get dual channel, get the fastest memory you can. I have successfully tested at just the XMP speeds up to 3200 megahertz on both the 2200G and the 2400G. So do yourself a favor, get 3200 megahertz memory. It's only about $10 to $15 more. You will be
big.
It is
big payoff.
it is well worth it. Like up to 15 to 20% improvements in frame times. So yes, get the faster memory. I would buy Rosetta Stone Klingon. I actually have a Klingon language book upstairs.
Do you know?
I do. I have the Learn to Speak Klingon language book.
Well, apparently Star Trek Voyager, or not Voyager. What was the new one? Discovery. Oh yeah, they just threw that all out the window. I don't think the Klingon language is the same on that. Didn't seem like it.
The more I hear, I am such a I've got a freaking Star Trek chess set. Okay?
I did not like the new Star Trek that much.
I didn't like it. I didn't like Enterprise that much, and I didn't like Enterprise.
The first season of Enterprise was okay. After that, it went just bad.
You're stretching the definition of okay, though. You got to go back to the premise of the show.
It had Scott Bakula in it, so that made it okay.
It made it okay because he's decent.
Yeah,
but you're.
No, it just
Kirk was supposed to be the first deep space, long-term space exploration project the Federation had. They were the first Enterprise. They were the first flagship for the fleet. And then they said, wait. We need to prototype this first. So 20 years before Kirk, we're actually going to send you out on what we're going to call the Enterprise NX-01. And we're going to name you Captain Pike. And we're gonna name you, and we're gonna send you out on your maiden 3-year voyage.
This is the second mention of Captain Pike in one.
I know, but it was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You're as bad as the flippin' Star Wars prequels when you do that.
Well,
you're rewriting history that I don't need rewritten.
Canon and continuity just went out the window.
I know.
A long time ago.
And I've talked. I think I've talked to this about the new Star Wars or Star Trek movies as well.
Yeah.
How. With the original J.J. Abrams Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek,
right.
They did it absolutely perfectly.
Well, yes, they made a schism.
You could not have done a reboot on a franchise more perfectly than they did.
I think they did a good job too, yeah.
Because they paid homage to the originals. They used the original characters, but they explained why the original characters are going to be different because of the time shift.
Yeah.
And so they didn't say, nothing in Star Trek ever happened. We're saying, everything happened, and now it led to this. It is absolutely perfect. And then what did they do for Into Darkness? They went right back to Wrath of Khan.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And they flipped the roles, and all the character development
was horrible.
went out the window.
It was not good.
And it was not good. And it's been kind of ever since.
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah. And the thing, okay, here's another grief I have about that. So, like, in Deep Space Nine, I think even in Voyager, there's one, they did a throwback to the original series.
Uh-huh.
Where they went back to the original set of the Starship Enterprise, where they still had the campy.
So what happened to the "we do not speak to it"?
The Klingons. Yeah, the Klingons. Yes, the Klingons look.
We don't speak
different.
of it without Cyrus.
That was okay.
It was great.
That was kind of.
And again, you're explaining the original. You're giving a vague explanation.
Giving an homage. Yeah, they're not.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, they're okay with that.
What I'm not cool is throwing canon out the window and pretending like it never existed.
Well, that was the thing. Okay, like in the Deep Space Nine episode where Sisko goes back to the actual Enterprise,
right? And
they had superimposed him into actual footage of the '60s series, and they still had the campy, big old buttons and everything like that, and it was cool, right? Everybody liked that. Now they had with the new Star Trek. I don't know if you guys. This is kind of a spoiler. This is a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
right?
Go for it.
At the very last episode, they had the Enterprise show up. It wasn't Kirk. It was Captain Pike. Third mention of Captain Pike.
Right.
Okay, Captain Pike. Okay.
4.
But it's not the old classic looking Enterprise. It's the new modern.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So it's like everything just gets thrown out the window. It's like.
So he said he's a massive Star Trek fan. I want him to name this. So I have a whole memorabilia Star Trek shelf in my office here. Can you tell me what that is? Can you tell me what that is?
Well, that looks like an insignia. I don't know what the 3 bars mean.
It's an insignia. Tell me what that is. Yeah, Enterprise was meh. I agree. Someone had a question. One When I say budget gamer, my budget gamer is still running GTA 5 1080. Scroll up. Is the Ryzen 5 2400G good when paired with a 1050 Ti, like for upgrading from the APU later? Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
That is actually what my next video is on. I'm taking the 2200G and I'm pairing it with a 1050. So you can buy a 2200G today.
1050s are still affordable right now.
Still affordable. You can. I saw one on Amazon for $135 today, so you can still get a 1050 today.
Yeah.
What I'm proposing is an APU-based system built on upgradability later. So you're not cutting things off today that you're going to go, now I need to rebuy my memory, or now I need to rebuy my SSD, or now I need to rebuy a motherboard or a power supply, because I didn't think into the future when I go, this PC gaming is really cool. How do I upgrade it?
Yeah.
So I'm doing a budget build based on upgradability. So that'll be posted here in the next couple of days. Anyway, the 2200G I'm actually testing with a 1050. And so I'll show you the numbers both on the APU and with the 1050. Not 1050 Ti levels, but you should be able to scale the 2200 and the 2400G all the way up to about a 1070 class before you see any reasonable slowdowns, and even then, even throw a 1080 at it. I don't care. People use the word bottleneck. I don't buy the word bottleneck. You're not going to throw a 1070 and a 1080 into the same computer and get the same level of performance. You're always going to see improvements. Is an 8700K faster than a 2200G? Yeah,
well,
it is.
It also depends on what you're running.
It also depends on what you're running.
Yeah.
I mean, Counter-Strike will only run so fast. It tends to flake out if you go over 240 FPS.
Yes. Of course, there's also games that are more AI heavy than others,
right?
So on and so forth. So you can,
So yes, a 2200G or a 2400G is an excellent starting point. I'd actually go towards the 2200G as a starting point because you're saving $70, and that $70 I can put towards a 1050 or a 1050 Ti or a 1060 later on, or a 2060 or a 2050 or a 2050 Ti when they launch.
When they launch them, they're coming up. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I got to do a lot of upgrading. Those come out.
Yep.
I usually skip a generation when I upgrade. So
I got asked for the first time today, why do I have so many high-end systems here? It's like, do you realize what I do?
Yeah.
Do you realize that I have to talk about these things? And it's like, why do you only need one, right? Well, yeah, I only need one. But if you only ever wanted to hear about my Threadripper system, then that's all I'll ever talk about. But if you want to hear about an 8700K and a 5820K and a Ryzen 2400G that I'm planning on doing an upgrade as soon as the new Ryzen 2 systems come out. I'm planning on testing Intel boards. I plan on testing older hardware. I need all this stuff. This is my bread.
His wheelhouse.
This is my wheelhouse. This is my breadwinner.
Yeah.
This is things that I need.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I game on everything? No, I game on my Threadripper. I game and I video edit on my Mac.
Rarely though, he actually joins anybody to game.
I know.
I see him benchmarking stuff. I'm like, hey Jeff, you want to play Counter-Strike? He's like, yeah, I'm really good at it. It's like, all right, let's play. He's like, nah. I can't right now. I think it's just a cop out. He knows he's gonna lose.
Tell you what, next time you're on, we'll go live.
Hey, we will.
I'll
Let's
set up
do it.
two machines.
I will go live.
I'll play you Counter-Strike live on the show.
I'm not very good at Counter-Strike. I am.
All right.
Maybe below average. I'm not very good.
I have on film from my last benchmarking session a quadruple kill that I got.
Really?
Yeah.
I've done some good stuff on Counter-Strike. Yeah. Rarely, but I'm not very good. I'm more of a Team Fortress 2. I like Team Fortress 2. I'm pretty good at that, but I still like Counter-Strike.
Yep. I asked in the Discord, can you achieve 3200 or is it better getting 3000? You can achieve 3200, and in fact, I've actually got it to post at 3466. I haven't pressed overclocking too much on the new APUs, but you can get it to post way higher than the original Ryzen chips. The APUs aside, the fastest I've ever gotten a Ryzen system to post was my 1900X at 3066 megahertz memory. So there's definitely been a memory controller improvement with the new APUs. Let's see.
Let's play some Halo. Yeah, dude.
Halo.
Some original Halo.
My bachelor party, I had a Halo party.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still have the PC Halo installed.
Yep. I have it.
I have that.
I've got that. I've got the disc still.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I've got the CD still.
I got the T-shirt from E3.
Oh, nice. So you got one up me.
I did.
I tried to one up you, and you sucker punched
No,
me.
I got.
You set that whole thing up.
I did. I got the Halo 1 and Halo 2 original disc too, but I got the T-shirt. This is coming to PC. Yeah.
Admiralty badge. No, you are not correct. I'll give you another look at it.
One more time.
This is not an Admiral's badge. This badge was seen in one episode of The Next Generation. One episode.
Yeah. It was the Star Trek pallet stacker. That's what this bar is.
No,
he stacked pallets.
This is not a position.
Yeah,
this is not a rank. This is an official comm badge that is canon to The Next Generation. Can you tell me what it is?
Star Trek pallet stacker.
See, now I need to remember the episode name.
Enterprise.
Oh, now I remember.
Oh, yeah?
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I just had to log my memory. It's a time travel episode.
Oh, okay.
It's a time travel episode. Quantum 3D is still a company, yeah. Sorry, reading back. What's Abandonware? Abandonware is software that has been, is no longer supported, sold, developed.
No one gives a crap
No one
about
gives
it.
a flying flip
Yeah.
about the software.
Yeah.
I've got lots of 3.5-inch discs, floppy disks that
Oh, dude.
the companies have been extinct for 20 years.
I've got boxes and boxes of pirated CDs.
Yeah,
and
of
DVDs.
CDs
So
and
much,
floppies and whatnot.
So much.
That the companies are long since dissolved. Anything by Interplay, anything by, you think of all these old game publishers.
I think one of the more popular ones right now that people know is No One Lives Forever.
Yeah.
It's a very good game. If you can get a hold of it, no one can get a hold of it anymore. You can't buy it. You can't, there's no distribution that gives it. No one's giving up the rights to it. It's a very good game, but no one has it.
Let's see. Benchmark Monster Hunter Online. I will see if I can do that. I'll see if it's. I know it's free. I need to see if it's a good benchmarkable game. There's things to look at when you're looking at doing benchmarks like I do professionally. The game has to scale well with hardware. There can't be a driver limitation or a manufacturer limitation. And what I mean is it can't play 10 times better on AMD than it does on NVIDIA. Or it can't play 10 times better than it does on Intel than AMD. Or it can't only play well on Windows 7, and if you upgrade to Windows 10, it sucks.
Right.
And it can't play just as well on a 1060 as it does on a 1080 Ti. I need to see incremental improvements in each architecture, in each chip, in each variable that I throw at it.
I think the closer to the hardware you get, the better.
Yes, exactly. GTA 5 is a wonderful example of a good benchmarkable title. Yeah. And what I mean by that is it stresses your CPU as much as it stresses your GPU, but neither one of them hold each other back when it comes to performance. Yeah. And you can stress out the absolute top-end system, but it's still playable on what I've shown is a quad-core Intel without hyper-threading and a GT 1030 or a GTX 760. You can play it on anything. And so I can benchmark the same title at the same performance level across any level of hardware that I have.
Any kind of game that had like driver integration type of stuff, not a good one to benchmark off of. Right. Like Witcher 3, which is very, very popular, but also had very heavy NVIDIA driver
integration, and so it sucks with AMD.
Not very good. Yeah, not a very good benchmark.
Any game that shows up, you get the NVIDIA. Before it, or
you don't want that.
Things like that.
Yeah.
That means that they worked hand in hand with that manufacturer to develop that game. Right. And the other players may not have the right instruction set that game is utilizing.
That's why a lot of times
on The Witcher it came down with the hair physics.
Yes, the hair physics
was a big thing that NVIDIA was pushing. And so Witcher 3 has great hair if you have an NVIDIA card. What I can't do is enable the hair physics on an AMD card and get the same results that I can in an AMD card. So I will benchmark Witcher, but it's more difficult to do. Cough, Need for Speed Pro Street activation website. Pro Street I don't believe is Abandonware quite yet. It's probably getting there. Need for Speed Underground certainly is, because they don't sell anything.
Porsche Unleashed.
Porsche Unleashed, Need for Speed 5. Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of old Need for Speed stuff.
What bums me out about Need for Speed 5 was it was released for the PlayStation I believe it might have been on the Dreamcast as well.
Maybe.
And it was also on PC. And I know on the PlayStation version, there's a widescreen toggle on it. Yeah. On the PC, there's not. And it drives me nuts.
There might be a hack for it by now. I would think there might be, but
do you got this? You got this, Revenario?
He did a Google search.
He probably did a Google search.
Yeah.
You got this? You got it? I'm waiting for him now because
I could probably Google search it and figure. I don't really know the answer, but
it's the com badge with the 4 bars, and it's only in one episode.
Just do a combat. Just do Star Trek Insignia with
from
4
the one
bars.
where they are cutting up Deanna Troi like a cake.
Wait,
that was a good episode.
Okay. No. That was Death Wish.
Yeah, that was
So the actress who played Deanna Troi was in a rape scene in the Death Wish. I don't want to see that. You know, when we said cutting that up, that's horrible.
I'll give you a hint. Here it is.
Wrong window.
It is from the episode Yesterday's Enterprise, episode 63, season 6, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this was the comm badge in the previous incarnation of the Enterprise. So the alternate timeline for the Enterprise. So to differentiate between who was part of the old crew and who was part of the new crew, they wore different comm badges. And I happen to own one, because I'm a huge Star Trek geek. Yep, Riker had that on his chest. Yep. Let's see. Abandonware's great. Some developers even released source code for dead products.
Yeah, they did. They actually, like, the source code
for
Doom even actually got released.
Yep. Carmack released the source code for Doom, and its software is by no means dead.
No, by no means.
But he goes, you know what, this is what I worked on years ago. It has no bearing on us today. Have fun with it. And so, yeah, Doom is open source now. Let's see. Future Perfect? No, Future Perfect was...
Future Perfect.
Perfect Future. Let's see.
I don't remember Future Perfect.
Yeah, Yesterday's Enterprise was the one where Tasha Yar returns as Tasha Yar on the Enterprise C.
Oh, I do remember that episode.
This is the comm badge they wore on that.
Okay, I do remember
that. Let's see. What ranker am I in CSGO? I've been through a couple of different ranks. I don't even remember where I'm at.
Did you play competitive?
I played competitive briefly.
I've never played competitive.
I played competitive like 2012, 2011. Back
when no one cared about.
Back when no one cared about CS:GO.
Yeah.
I played the original Counter-Strike. I played CS:GO when it came out. I haven't been in the scene for a long time.
So that means you're not any good.
I'm still. I haven't played clarinet in 15 years, but I can still school most middle schoolers.
That's fine.
Most high schoolers too. So yeah, maybe I'll bring out the clarinet.
I know that you never forget how to ride a bicycle. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, you got to practice. You're a little rusty.
Yep. Yeah.
We should do something. We should do a little.
We should do a little CS:GO refresher course.
CS:GO refresher. That'd be fun. I'd like that.
You want you and me at a bunch of bots, or you just want to go live?
We should just do live. Let's go live. Let's go get some of our.
Let's both get our asses kicked.
Let's get our Discord players on there. Everybody's got CS:GO. I mean,
that's right.
Ridiculously cheap. Who doesn't have CS:GO?
That's right. We should do a Discord only CS:GO day.
We should. I would like that.
Patreon CS:GO server. We should totally do that.
I'll probably get my ass kicked, but it was fine.
Yeah, someone said subscribe today. Really digging the channel. Let's see, where was that one from? I saw it a minute ago.
Where did it go?
Yeah, someone said discovered the channel today. Really digging it. And another guy just said that at the same time. Really digging the channel. Love beer and PCs. Keep up the good work. Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Like I said, I crossed 6,000 subs today. My channel's been on the air 7 months and 1 week now. So
yeah.
And it's thanks to you guys, and it's thanks to YouTube's new monetization and prioritization and everything else. But apparently I'm producing good content, and you guys like the content. I have really good retention rates on my videos, and it's thanks to you guys watching it and digging what I do. So thank you so much. If I'm ever down for some Dust 2, drop me your Steam name.
Yeah, Dust 2.
My Steam name is Craft1337. I'm both on Steam and on Blizzard.
Yeah.
So,
if you don't know what my name is, then
this is the Devil Chicken.
El Pollo Diablo.
El Pollo Diablo.
El Pollo Diablo.
El Pollo Diablo.
This is me.
Yes. So if you see El Pollo Diablo in chat the other 3 weeks, that's
me.
Guy.
Yeah.
How about a craft Minecraft server? That might be interesting. I did host a Minecraft server for a little while.
Yeah.
And in fact, on FreeNAS, there is a Minecraft server plugin.
My 10-year-old niece would probably like that.
Yeah. There is a Minecraft server plugin on FreeNAS, so I might maybe I'll fire that up.
That is interesting. I didn't know that they did a Minecraft server.
That'd be interesting. Drunk Minecraft sounds fun. I've done Drunk Minecraft. It's not nearly as much fun because you end up caking the other person's base. That's all you end up doing, right, Crovox?
There has to be some kind of animosity with drunk gaming.
Dude, you should play clarinet. Tell you what, next week I will see if I can dig up some of my old clarinet video.
The only thing I
don't want to toot my own horn. I was in the tops for state when I played clarinet in high school and whatnot.
That's impressive, but honestly, that's only like one step of being above the state kazoo player.
Right.
That's not that.
It's just clarinet.
Yeah, it's just clarinet.
It was pro-am.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So how much for his friends list? I'm really questionable about the friends list. Like I said, I'm Craft1337.
I'll add you on my friends list. I don't care. Man.
Yeah, we'll add you, no problem.
I don't care.
That was one time. I'm pretty sure I wasn't drunk. I was drunk when I re-caked you, Crowbox. So I'll tell a quick story and then we'll go. I hosted a Minecraft server for probably about a year and a half or 2 years, and it was just for family and friends and whatnot. So we had about
eroticism.
Yeah, and we had about 6, 7, 8, 10 people on, give or take. It wasn't a huge server. It was just for people that I knew literally in person. And Crowbox was one of those people who was on it. And I had this giant, Sauron's Tower from Lord of the Rings that I had built. And it was probably 15, 20 stories tall, and it had this whole spiral staircase going up the center of it. I came to my base one day, and he had filled it with cake. So he had baked a bunch of cake, and he had filled my base with cake. And so I had to go through it, and if you've never been caked, if you're in standard mode, you have to sit there and you have to break the cake, and nothing breaks the cake easily. And it's a pain in the ass to get all that cake out of your base. So I went to his, he had built this sailboat, and he had built that. And I didn't just do one layer of cake, I filled his boat with cake.
Boat cake.
Cake boat.
Cake boat.
Yeah, cake boat.
Cake boat.
So, and they got all but hurt at me, and so we had a conversation of, this is my server, and I will play how I choose, and if I choose to kick your boat, I will kick your boat, and if you kick my tower, I will kick your boat. So, yeah.
Boat caking.
Boat caking.
Yeah.
And no one kicked each other's bases from then on out. I will say Crowbox also built a really cool combination lock out of redstone for one of his bases one day. That was impressive.
Yeah.
That was impressive. So, no Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, no Yu-Gi-Oh!
No Yu-Gi-Oh! No Yu-Gi-Oh!
Use World Edit to destroy the cakes. We were playing on a non-modified. We were playing on vanilla at the time, and so there was no World Edit. When we went to the next map and whatnot, that's when I used World Edit and I filled his boat with cake. That's how I was able to double stack the cake. Because you can't put cake on top of cake unless you have World Edit.
World Edit, yeah.
Or even in creative mode you can't. So I went in and I terminaled his grid full of cake. Let's see. Yeah, the number bars seem to correspond with ring. I don't have the same Steam name that I had back then. I had a couple different Steam names, one of which I played some competitive on, and another which that was just for my main games library. I don't remember my rank. I know it's bad. I remember where I was ranked in StarCraft.
Really? The original
StarCraft, the original BattleNet. When BattleNet went live, I was in the top 1,000 at one point. hold your horses.
Blow all the Koreans.
Before StarCraft went live in Korea, before the worldwide server, I dropped like 3,000 places overnight.
God, yeah, no.
And then we got into the script keyboards.
I used to think I was hot shit at StarCraft until like, oh my
I
God.
will say, I did a 2v2. We did two Americans versus 2 Koreans. They killed my buddy in 3 minutes. I beat both of them.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
That is like what I hang my hat on.
So
I went 2v1.
You beat a bunch of 3rd grade Koreans.
Good job. I beat 2 3rd grade Koreans in StarCraft.
They're like, Mom, this American beat me at StarCraft. They started crying.
Yeah. If you're on my Discord, go ahead and add me to your friends list. I'm gonna add you guys. I'm not down on like adding 6,000 of you to my friends list.
Well, you only have like with your Steam level, you can only add so many people anyway.
Right.
So
my problem is I do a lot of benchmarking with my Steam account. I don't have 2 separate Steam accounts yet, and so my Steam account that I play personally on is also my benchmarking account. And 90% of what I do today is my benchmarking.
Couldn't you technically?
I could go offline.
No, you could create a separate account and then say your friends and family, and then use your friends and then say I'm going to play this.
Yeah, eventually what I'm going to do is just rebuy all the games. I just haven't done it yet. And it's a lot
I don't even think you necessarily have to do that. You can say, hey, this is my family.
Yeah.
And then you're technically renting from yourself.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm playing Rocket League over here while I'm benchmarking offline over here.
Oh, yeah, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
You can't really do that.
See all the computers behind me, so I'll be benchmarking this one while I'm playing on this one. So, yeah. Yeah, Zerg Rush, actually, I was a Protoss photon cannon bitch. That's what I was.
Oh, yeah, you went the photon cannon.
I went the photon cannon route.
Yeah. No, I was a Zerg Rush. Zerg Rush.
I was never into the Rush game. I played it when it was more of a chess game. Where people were more about the slow builds, the 30-minute games.
I did that with Age of Empires more than StarCraft.
See, I did that with AoE.
AoE 2.
Right, and see, when StarCraft came out in 98, and it was definitely more about the old school guys who were sitting there and playing chess with it.
Yes.
And that's what I was good at. And I think it was in 2001 it went live in Korea, and everyone who was like that old school StarCraft player instantly died.
Yeah, there was just rush.
Everyone sucked because it was all about how quickly can I decimate the other player.
They would find the combination to get to the quickest rush they can get to.
Exactly, and I don't play that game well. And so StarCraft 2, I suck at that game. Everyone beats me at StarCraft 2.
Yeah, when you play StarCraft 2, you have to research, build.
Right. There's the whole build ladders.
There's the... You have to do it. You have to figure out how to do it quickly to get to this point.
And see, that exists in StarCraft 1, but when it came out, they didn't play that way.
Well, that's how RTSs were. All RTSs at the time were still scissors, paper, rock. They were still scissors, paper, rock. This unit is effective against this unit. This unit is more effective against this unit. So you can play. You can even turtle, where you just like build up a bunch of defenses, and then you could play the person out, whatever.
Yep.
You can even do that. You can't do that with StarCraft. You just can't.
Exactly. So, wait, the other guy is El Pollo Diablo. El Polo Diablo, the devil chicken.
The devil chicken. If you know Spanish.
If you're on chat next week, he'll be on chat next week.
I'll be on chat as soon as I get home.
Yeah, if you join my Discord, he'll be on chat now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we've been. What have we got?
Hour
38.
Now we started right on time tonight,
yes.
So we're not looking too bad. There's still 26 of you watching, listening to us BS about our Steam libraries. So Polo no W. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep. El Polo Diablo.
Pollo.
Diablo.
Yeah.
I will say I'm getting better at Rocket League too.
I have Rocket League. I only played it a little bit.
Yeah.
I should probably play it more.
Yeah.
I mean, I had fun when I played it. But
see, I was the guy who was originally like driving circles.
Well, yeah. And then I figured out I can actually launch myself and I can be in the.
I got a couple recorded today that are like me doing like bicycle kicks and knocking it up into the wall, landing, watching the rebound, and hitting it in the air again, and knocking it into the goal. Some pretty fun stuff. If I don't again toot my own horn myself. So.
There's actually, I don't know, because like John and me.
Yeah.
And you see my main machine that I have down in my basement, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've been
Okay. Yeah,
Have I been over to your house?
You've been.
I don't think I've been there.
You've been there.
I have not.
Well, you've seen John's meat.
I've seen John.
Okay, mine's better. John's is a Frankenstein.
I know his is Frankenstein.
His is Frankenstein.
John's is John's.
Yeah. Mine is more elegant. Okay.
Yes.
But we play, me and my brother John and my brother Mike. He was on the podcast that one time because he lives in California, but he was here once. We play Windjammers a lot. Which is...
Hold on. Someone says, lucky for me, the only people who are going to see my Steam name are the people who watch this show. John's show last week got 886 viewers, and that's second only to Steve's 971.
Yeah.
So I'm actually getting quite a bit more popular, so I have to be really careful with who I release my name to. The trolls are coming out in droves in YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I saw that, yeah.
In the last week. Not you guys. You guys are great. I love you guys. Every one of you watching this show, you guys are awesome. But the trolls are coming out, calling me an alcoholic because I happen to drink beer while I'm doing my show, and asking me if I can give away all the hardware because I only need one computer, right?
Right.
It's like, dude, what you see behind me is literally what I own.
You're the 1% when it comes to computer hardware.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I will say I own 3 Coffee Lake CPUs now.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because 2 weeks ago I didn't own any.
But what I was saying before, so Windjammers is an old SNK game. Which is
Sorry, I got triggered there for a second.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. And it was like a disc volleyball type of... We loved that game. We played that on the main machine forever. It was called Windjammers.
I've played that.
Yeah. So they have a more modern rendition of it called Disc Jammers. Or Disc... Crap, I can't remember what it is now. But I played this on Steam. That's pretty fun. It's kind of reminiscent of like Rocket League. Where It's kind of like the same thing. Not too many people play it though, but I've been playing it. It's been really fun.
Cool. Let's see. Joe, $5. Thank you,
buddy. Joe.
You are the man, Joe. In the game with a drink and cheers.
Yeah, there we go.
Cheers.
I'll go pour myself some more here.
We will. We'll top off with something here.
There we go. More of my cider.
Which I gotta say,
yeah,
John's Tapacha. I could buy that in the store, and I would buy that in the store.
Yeah,
I'd buy that in the store too.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good.
That's
yeah.
good.
No, this is. I'm really happy with this thing.
Yep.
Even as a raw form, before I even added the flavors to it, I thought it was a very, very good cider.
It's the right mix of, like I said, it's that real crisp apple taste, where it's not too like suckly sweet.
Yeah, no, it's not too
and
sweet.
just a little bit of the mango at the top, and it's also not too dry.
Yeah.
And it's just
I don't like the Hornsby's and stuff like that. Those are too sweet.
Yeah.
This is just like the right level. What I
Yeah.
like. It's just sweet enough, not over the top.
Yeah. Whatever I do, don't change the way I interact with viewers. I will tell you, it's like a sickness. I read every single YouTube comment. If you comment to YouTube, I have read it. I have read your comments. Yeah. And in fact, if it's a good comment, I will like that comment. And not only will I like it, I will love that comment. So you know you are contributing to the community that is craft computing. I hold that very highly. I'm only here doing this because you guys enjoy what I do. I've only had the opportunities that I've had in the last couple of months because you guys enjoy what I do. I will say I have a really, really special, fun build project coming up that I told just the hosts earlier today about.
Yeah.
That is only because my channel has grown to the point where I can reach out to companies and say, "Hey, I want to try this," and they go, "Okay, cool.
Let's go do it.
Let's do it. Let's jump right on that. That's a great idea. Let's do it." Also make sure if you enjoy me as a personality, make sure to check me out over on the Modders Inc. YouTube page. Because I'm trying to build their YouTube channel up as well. They are a huge web presence. They have never had a huge video presence. And basically they've tasked me with building their video presence up and getting them involved in this space.
If you like me as a personality, contact me on Friday when I'm drunk on Steam.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Or on my Discord. He's a lot of fun Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of fun.
I regret what I say in the morning, but it'll be fun that evening. It's okay.
Don't read this text. Screw you. I'm going to read that text. It's on the screen right below my monitor.
Too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'm only here doing this because you guys enjoy it and you guys watch it. And you guys come out in droves and watch this. The video that I posted last Thursday has 37,000 views on it. And that is mind-bogglingly huge to me.
I just watched it once and I didn't care.
Yeah. What's really funny is learning how to video edit yourself. because you are so overly critical of yourself when you're watching yourself on screen. By the time
you're at the end of the thing, you're like, God damn, I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole. Why did I say it that way? Dude, your hair is all messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, your shelf is dusty. Why did you leave that on the counter behind you?
Yeah.
Stop talking with your hands. You keep doing this with your hands. Why are you doing this with your hands? Yeah. It's terrible. And I've gotten to the point I can almost edit myself in the third person as like a director point of view, and that's really helped my production. But I'm also trying to mix up how I shoot, and so for the next couple of videos, you're going to see me from different perspectives within the office. So again, trying not to get too comfortable in what I'm doing either, because I want to grow this thing. I want to grow this thing into something big.
Just strap a GoPro to your head and just do all your videos that way.
Yeah, it's been done.
It's been done.
It's been done.
Strap a GoPro to your crotch.
I
do
will
all your videos that... No one's done that.
I will say, I'll give you a hint as to what my project is going to be. Jay's 2 cents this last week, which I met him at CES. Great guy. Only talked to him for about a minute, but shook his hand. He's a gracious guy, very generous with his time. Really appreciate meeting him. But walked up to him and just shook his hand. But anyway, there's been a project that you guys, my community, have been asking me to do since I started this channel. I have beer. I have computers.
Oh, yes. I heard
Do
about this, yes.
beer-cooled computer.
Yeah.
Jay's 2 cents did a beer-cooled system this last week.
He beat you to it.
And there's a couple of channels that I could probably get away with, like going to Me Too, like, oh, I'm going to do a beer-cooled computer just for an experiment.
Whiskey.
I can't copy Jay's 2 cents. I can't copy Linus. I can't copy Paul. I can't copy Kyle. I can't copy eTechnics. I can't, there's a bunch of different tech YouTubers, Tiny Tom Logan. I can't copy them. I can't do the niche products or the thought experiments that they do. So if they do it first, I can't touch it. But I will say I'm doing my own take on Jay's build. So that's a hint.
Yeah. It's going to be on FetLife, and it's going to be a P-cool PC.
Yep. Steam, you got... All right, am I also on Discord? I am on Discord. Yeah. I am on Discord only if you join my Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep that as kind of an exclusive community, so $1 donation gets you access to the Discord. So it's the only paid service I have, guys. Don't take it from me. Let's see. Any other... Better doing something... better your hands doing something rather than staying by your side. Exactly. I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. It's what I do. I do this a lot. Yeah, so I talk with my hands. They move. I tend to clasp them on my desk and then do this and then go, and then jump back to the... Yeah,
it's me.
Exactly. So get used to it. The hands will never go away. So, someone says beer.
We got 2 bottles of beer.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched.
Make a PC with a beer cooler. I've thought about it. There's a lot of...
You're talking about the beer bottle as a reservoir with the pump? No. Okay.
Someone says use a beer cooler. I've thought about using...
Oh, as a beer cooler.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I've thought about doing a wine chiller as a beer computer. I have something cool in my garage I'm going to show you before we leave today.
Yeah. All right.
That I think is going to also pique your interest.
All right.
Anyway, hour 47. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. God, my back hurts.
Oh my gosh, yes.
There's a reason I'm leaning back, and it's because my back keeps seizing up and spasming because I pulled something in it today. So
give Jeff some Vicodin after this.
Yeah, Jeff's going to take something before bed, that's for sure. I went to the doctor, he gave me something. I don't even know what he gave me yet, but I did check it. It's okay to drink alcohol with it, so that's the only reason I'm drinking tonight, is because you guys demand it. Joe especially demands that I drink.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with Joe.
That's
I like
right.
Joe.
I love Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hold on. Someone's saying, can we download something? They all have Windows 7 ISOs there. They're legit. If you're looking for just a base Windows ISO, you can actually go to Microsoft's website and download their retail disk.
I think they have the home version for free.
They have everything.
Yeah, do they?
They have everything. You can download every version for free. You have to provide your own key, which you can purchase from Microsoft, and then you can apply the key to that disk.
There's a lot of places where you can go get very, very cheap keys, too.
Yes.
If you know where to look.
And in fact, if you look at Paul's Hardware, he did one Penguin or Kinguin or something like that. That's a great
there's
source
even
forum.
on Reddit. There's a lot of college
Yeah.
guys who have like the student versions of keys that are ridiculously cheap. You can get those for
Yes. So
$10.
$10, yeah. In fact, someone posted one yesterday for $15 for the Pro version, and in fact, someone had a server license for $100. So I was thinking about picking up a 2016 standard server license. So anyway, that's gonna do it for us, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Same bat time,
Adios.
same bat channel.
I'm out.
Cheers, Steve,
All right.
even though you're out.
I'm out. I'll see you guys.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.